What's going on, everybody? We're back. It's your friend Will. This is the Memory Lapse, and we're gonna jump back into Best of One today. We played Yasuoka's list in Best of Three, and it was pretty solid there. I don't think we got to 5 wins, but we did pretty well with it. And especially the way he had the deck built, it kind of was already pretty good for, I thought, Best of One. It was tuned for an aggressive metagame, and so I've kind of taken that list and I've been working with it. And this is my current untested iteration, so we're going to go test it out right now. But I've removed the Disinformation Campaign. I cut a Golden Demise from the main deck, and I've beefed it up to like another Cast Down, another Ritual of Soot, another Vraska's Contempt, and I've added in 2 Hostage Takers. I got rid of like the Blink of an Eyes too. So yeah, basically this is just like a mid-range to control leaning Grixis deck with red just for the Beacon Bolt and the Nicol Bolas. But it's pretty fun to win with when you get there. Like half the time I would say you win off a flip Nicol Bolas. I mean, who doesn't want to see that? So we're going to try this out. So in this iteration, we're going to be testing the Hostage Takers main. I was actually previously playing with the 2 Disinformation campaigns, and they weren't like terrible, but considering how aggressive the metagame is, they weren't that good. So we're going to try it out. And I've been doing a lot of winning with this deck, a lot of 6 and 7 win runs that I didn't record, just like playing casually. When either there was like too much background noise to record, or I just didn't necessarily have time. And it kind of felt like this deck was in the same zone as Green Black in terms of like, wow, like it can be built to really prey on the the styles of deck that people run in these events. Especially the Moment of Craving has been awesome, and having access to the 3 Vraska's Contempt is really good. The very first change I made was just to cut the blinks for like one more. I cut the blinks and the Golden Demise for like the 3rd Soot, the 3rd Cast Down, and the 3rd Vraska's Contempt, just to kind of like make it a little bit better against aggro. So this is like exactly the type of hand I think we want to have and keep. Early removal, turn 4 removal, big guy to try to win. Eldest Reborn is a card that's like maybe on the cutting block, but it's been fine enough. Most often it functions actually as like a extra copy of Doom Whisperer or Nicol Bolas. It doesn't actually I would say maybe half the time I'm casting it, I'm not getting any value out of the first chapter because their board is empty and I just need it to reanimate a win condition of some sort. I've used this against green decks where I've like blocked and traded with a Carnage Tyrant with Doom Whisperer to an Eldest Reborn. So they're playing this. So I'm guessing they're going to take one of these 2. Yep. Our opponent does not rate to have a lot of creatures here. Oh, also in this latest iteration, I cut the Search for Skanta, and I am playing a 3rd Chemister's Insight, something that's just like a little more on-demand card draw. And there it is. I was kind of finding with this deck that a lot of the games where I was playing Search, it was hurting me on turn 2 more than helping me. Like I would want to play the Search rather than play a removal spell or something, and lo and behold, I would get run over. Now you could chalk that up to pilot error, but also this deck just needs raw cards sometimes. Alright, so let's see if they have Syncopate or something here. They're clearly missing black to get their Blood Operative in play. So they're going to Sinister Sabotage half of this. And they have Surveil +2. I wonder if they're going to start dumping like Narcomoebas and stuff into play on us. Nope. Alright. And let's see if they have Essence Scatter. Yeah, so this is maybe something they would have wanted to think about. Oh, okay. This is why they didn't. They have their own Eldest Reborn. 2, 3, 4. Nicol, Bolas, another land. That all seems fine to me. So they probably discard the Blood Operative here, so they can get that back. I guess not. I don't know what that is. That just dropped somewhere. They're still short on black. We're just going to play to try to flip Nicol Bolas. They're going to bring back Doom Whisperer. We'll just cast down. I think Doom Whisperer's their only good target here. Yep. Too bad for them, all that triggers after draw. Jeez, and another one? Alright, that kind of messes us up. Let's draw first. I want to see what we're going to get. Alright, this is fine. So I think we want to hostage take him. Luckily they don't have red, so they're not going to be able to flip the Nicol Bolas. This is honestly going to be tough. I mean, we did not build this deck to beat double Eldest Reborn. And double Eldest Reborn is the draw that they are on. And it does seem it's maybe fairly unlikely that this is going to survive. Though, I don't know. They've only got 3 cards. Now, interesting question here is how does this work with this? Is this mine now? Like if this dies, does this actually come back into play under my control? It doesn't say. I assume it is ours. Oh, I guess we're gonna find out right now. Yeah. Okay. So they just gave our Doom Whisperer haste for us. It's a bit of a niche interaction. I think we want the Syncopate, for sure. So they're probably going to get back Nicol Bolas here. Because it's a flyer, it blocks. They don't have anything good in their graveyard. Alright. Discard the Moment of Craving. There's a line where we can win with this Moment of Craving. Attack, they block, we shrink, and trample over. But there's a chance that they were going to play something else like it. They probably have Doom Whisper their own in their deck, so. And this is why we wanted to Syncopate to protect the Doom Whisperer here. Oh shoot, I should have stopped in my upkeep to not draw that land. It's like these cards like this that actually make me want to play with full control. So I don't miss stuff like that. This is in Treasure Map. But it would just be too much of a pain to watch. Alright, so we should have this one here. Yeah, and our opponent agrees. Cool. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. This can become an ASMR zipper stream. It was just like had my jacket on because I'd walk the dog. And it is cold. I think we can keep this on the play. Obviously, we need to draw land, but we have a lot of interaction. We are at the 26 landmark, and so the deck should be giving us 3 more often than 2, but I think in most cases, we still have to keep 2. Alright, let's see what they're working with. Well, this is kind of a tough situation. We have more answers for Vivian Reed in the form of Vraska's Contempt and attacking it, but it also like takes out our flyers really easily. Oh, I'm kind of tempted to take the Vivian Reed here. I think I will. We're going to push that because we want to keep drawing lands. That's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of decision, I think, because this one comes down a turn faster. It also demands an immediate answer. This card helps us. One of the reasons I wanted to get rid of it is because all of our big threats are flyers, and her -3 just destroys them. This way we have Doom Whisperer to actually block and trade with the Carnage Tyrant. And we may as well cast this down. There's not going to be too much of a difference between killing this. Oh, actually, well, yeah, I guess we don't have our next land drop guaranteed. We could have waited to see if we draw a land. We'll probably just take the 3 here and Chemister's Insight away the Beacon Bolt to try to find a land. Hostage Taker is not bad either. And this Thought Erasure is pretty good. So let's make our life really simple. Thought Erasure away the Carnage Tyrant. Eldest Reborn seems fine. So this is currently... It still costs them 7. Alright, so we take 5. Did play the Merfolk? This now costs 5. They graveyard that. And we get a good sit on them here. And we have Hostage Taker, Eldest Reborn. All this good stuff, whatever they play. Alright, Doom Whisper down. We can also just look to close the game like quickly with this card. Nullhide Ferox. You got it. That's a good Eldest Reborn target. And then just scoop it up. So, you know, to be results oriented, I think that was the right choice, taking the Vivian, because the way that that played out, it would have been, they would have gotten a couple activations off the Vivian. Whereas like Carnage Tyrant's a lot easier for this deck to answer than the Jeskai controls of the world. On the play, no black, but most of our deck is black. So I guess we're keeping. And at least all of our lands will come into play untapped moving forward. We're faking out our opponent pretty badly here. Alright, so we have Moment of Craving, we have Hostage Taker next turn, we have Nicol Bolas next turn. So I like our situation. I think I'm happy to just Moment of Craving here, since we don't necessarily have a second black source for Ritual. We're going to learn a lot by whether or not they flip that. Alright, so it looks like they need land. Oh. Or maybe they do need land in general. If they push that. So we're going to play the Nicol Bolas here. It seems likely we're going to get a spell out of their hand. We do. And now if they do something like double 2-drop, it opens us up to a nice Ritual of Soot. I wonder if they're missing land drop here. They're kind of tanking Assassin's Trophy. Yes, we'll take action. I'm just gonna do like nothing here. I think we have like better. We're gonna have better targets for the hostage taker. Like an explorer creature would be better. So I'm just gonna use this turn to Chemister's Insight. They draw land. Maybe they'll even play another 2-drop here. That'd be really nice. Then we can just like set them up. We're still going to use the Soot, I guess, this turn. Unless we draw something really compelling. Nope. But it's nice to have the Contempt. For any Planeswalker they could have next turn. Alright, so if they play nothing, we're just going to flashback the Chemister's Insight. So now would be a good time to find Eldest Reborn. Wow, just like we drew it up. Just like we drew it up. Wow, come on. It is kind of a blowout, I agree. So let's see, where are we at for time? 22? Alright, so let's stop here. 3 wins in a row, pretty good. And we'll come back in the next video continuing the series. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope some of the audio issues have worked themselves out, let me know. So yeah, that's a way of encouraging you to please leave a comment. Let me know what you've liked and disliked. Of course, I can't do anything about the background noise like that motorcycle that just went by as I commented on the background noise. So very apropos. And yeah, please remember to subscribe as well if you haven't already. You know, I'm still working on growing those subscription numbers. That's the metric I'm looking at for the success of the channel, and it continues to go up, so I'm continuing to be satisfied with that for now. And yeah, thanks you all for watching, and we will be back again soon with the second half of this run.